Let's go. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving your perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else, where we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion, teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. 13.1 miles. So the plan today, going in today, you heard me yesterday talk about, I gave myself a little bit of a rest on a 2-mile run, and then I sort of set it on camera. I said maybe 10 miles. As a matter of fact, fuck it. Let's go 12 miles. Why the fuck not, right? Today I ended up with 13.1. Half marathon, baby. Half marathon. That is the power. That is the power of discipline. That's the power of focus. That's the power of taking a lot of overwhelming things. I was incredibly overwhelmed yesterday with a lot of shit that I'm dealing with personally, professionally, in all aspects of life, all right? And just what it is when it comes to being as one. And the reason I'm able to get up and deal with the shit, the reason it's me being able to deal with it is because I can pour into something positive. I don't go to a bar and, drink all my problems away. No. I wake up the next morning, early in the morning, and I go after it. And that's how I release a lot of the things in a positive, constructive way. That's what happened today. And that's what made the 13.1 mile go. That's what made it happen today. Let's go. As far as today's Move Swiftly thought, gotta take you to the football world, as I normally do, because my main team, if we're talking to NFL, die-hard, day one Washington Redskins fan. I am a Washington Redskins fan. You heard me correctly. That is my team all day, every day. Now, again, because I'm a die-hard Washington Redskins fan, I also gotta be a die-hard Washington Commanders fan, right? It just so happens to be like that. But the reason I live in South Florida now is because I did take a job working for the Miami Dolphins Foundation. And this week, the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders are playing in a game in Madrid, an early game in Madrid. Again, both of them pretty much mathematically out of the playoffs. So it'll be an interesting game to watch in the morning, especially for me, seeing some born and raised in the DMV, and now living in South Florida and stuff like that. It'll be definitely a fun watch for me. Again, always going to be rooting for the Commanders, wearing my Commander stuff, no matter what the situation is, right? Anyway, a story came on my ESPN app that I wanted to bring up, because whether it's Mike McDaniel or Dan Quinn, has been a rough ride for them throughout the past couple of weeks. They've had a rough season, both of them. Again, rough years for them both. But the reason it's important for me to bring up this story is because when you're talking about what we do in terms of whether it's coaching at that level or coaching at the level I coach, or, doing the work in the sport and fitness world, whatever it is, if you're talking about athletics and fitness and, educating people, even educators, it's important that you guys understand, and just business in general, that you guys understand that we're in the relationship business. We're in the relationship building business. There's going to be seasons in which you're high, really high, and seasons in which you're really low. At the end of the day, it's going to be the relationships you maintain that dictate how far you actually go. So, story broke ESPN this week, seeing that they're going to be going against each other, in which Mike McDaniel, who's been very public about the fact that he had a drinking problem. He had a really serious drinking problem, and there was a time where he was on the staff, I believe, can't remember what team it was, but he and Dan Quinn were on the same staff together at some point, and Dan Quinn helped him. So again, I sort of skimmed through the article. I didn't read it in full detail. I just kind of read through it a little bit. I didn't give it line by line, but basically what it was saying was Mike McDaniel's indebted to him because of something that he did for him to make it so he stayed sober. So nowadays he's, sober, not, having the drinking problem that he previously had. And I'm bringing all this to your attention because, again, me personally, I'm dealing with a situation in my place of work, and then also you all maybe, again, whether you're the business owner, whoever's listening to me, everybody deals with stuff when it comes to their professional environment. When you start to seek and work with people who can help you to get to the next level, you need to hang on to those people. You don't need to use them and take advantage of them, but you need to be working with those people in a way of bettering yourself and bettering the organization and bettering whatever it is you guys are trying to do collectively. That's how you grow in any business, and that's what's important in terms of remembering when you see a Mike McDaniel and a Dan Quinn, again, who are in seasons right now that are really tough for them. Again, who knows? I highly doubt that Mike McDaniel will even be back as the Miami Dolphins head coach. And if Dan Quinn has another season like the one he just had, then, he's going to have his problems too. But they have that relationship, they have those goals, and they have those principles in which they're going to make it so they land somewhere no matter what the season is. All right. So take that into consideration when it comes to what you learned from the game. All right. So all that being said, if you would like your organization, your business, your company to move in that direction, to have that sort of professional development component to it. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work. This is what I do. This is what I expertise at. This is what I'm a high level person when it comes to this. It's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaMove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.